Hello everyone, I'm Justin Meyer with the Kansas City Aviation Department, and today we're at Kansas City International Airport. The Build KCI New Terminal project continues to become more visible every day. Crews are now erecting steel, installing decking, and pouring concrete. Additionally, the support structure for the elevated roadway is being constructed. To date, 80% of the work on Build KCI has been completed by residents of the Kansas City region. If you or your company would like to take part in constructing the new terminal, be sure to check out buildkci.com for links to upcoming opportunities and RFPs. Here at Kansas City International Airport, passengers will notice a few changes due to COVID-19. The airport's custodial team has increased the frequency of cleaning, and you'll notice all employees in the terminals are now wearing face coverings. Some airlines have installed plexiglass shields at the ticket counters and are boarding their aircraft in smaller groups. Additionally, some airlines are requiring face coverings to be worn by all passengers and limiting their aircraft to just 66% of capacity. Be sure to check with your airline to review their policies and procedures before you fly. COVID-19 hasn't stopped public works construction projects either. The 104th Street project, which widened the road and installed new sidewalks, was officially opened last week.
So I'd like to welcome you to our ribbon cutting event here for 104th Street. This is a great project here in the Northland. Building another connector. This is a beautiful project with nice wide sidewalks and great for the community, and we're really excited about it.
While some people say, oh, everything's great up in the Northland, we still don't have a lot of infrastructure that we need so that people can walk safely to and from schools. And this very old, kind of not very safe country road that now has turned into a lovely thoroughfare where people can walk on these beautiful sidewalks and they can traverse on a safe road. And so we're really happy to have that happen.
In this business, many times you do not have the opportunity to see the project through because your term is over and things like that. And so what's always important is to know that the person who succeeds you feels like the projects that you were working on were so important that they are worth completing and completing well. And so I thank you for that because I also know that there are projects that you will be working on in this term that Councilwoman Hall will not be here to complete. And so it's all on you, man. And so...
1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
Do you have an idea for the city or want to comment on suggestions made by your neighbors? Go to kcmo.gov/lawmaker to speak your mind. There are currently multiple topics to comment on, so be sure to go online and speak easy, KC. City Hall and other city buildings will be closed on Friday, July 3rd in observance of the 4th of July holiday. Trash and recycling collection will take place according to the regular schedule and will not be delayed due to the holiday. However, July 6th through July 10th, which is the week following Independence Day, is one of the city's no-tag trash amnesty weeks. Residents can put out up to 12 bags curbside on their regular trash day without any additional tags, as long as each bag weighs less than 40 pounds. No hazardous waste, bulky items, or leaf and brush will be collected. Thanks for watching the Weekly Report. I'm Justin Meyer with the Kansas City Aviation Department. Now stay tuned for more great videos.
Hi, I'm Essie with the Kansas City Fire Department, and we need your help. Protect the Protector KC is a reminder to wash your hands, maintain 6 feet social distancing, and always wear your mask when you're out in public. Thanks for helping us protect the Protector KC.
Thank you, Kansas City, for helping protect the protectors.
Thank you, Kansas City, for protecting the protectors.
Like poppies on a post-war battlefield, in the darkest hour, hope tends to bloom. With a sense of gratitude as our shield, we no longer fear the impending doom. Tornadoes swoop down and floodwaters rise. The sweltering sun scorches Midwest earth. The blistering snows that won't compromise simply help us to realize our worth. A quiet ride on a KC streetcar offers time to ponder what we've been through. This city we love is wounded and scarred, but we jazz forward and push through the blues. There's no vixen, no villain, no virus capable of stealing our victory. We are the descendants of chiefs and monarchs. There's no denying our royalty. And when all the terrors have come and gone, history will record us standing strong.
Hi, I'm Beth Brittenstein with the City Planning and Development Department, reminding you that we're updating the city's comprehensive plan, the KC Spirit Playbook, and we need your input. Playbook.kcmo.gov is your digital platform to weigh in on various topics related to the comprehensive plan update. The KC Spirit Playbook sets priorities and guides land development decisions and other decisions related to economic development, transportation, housing, and much more. Visit playbook.kcmo.gov to find many ways to give us your feedback, whether it's through our Activity of the Week, Poll of the Week, or you can even share a video through a brand new section called Share Your Perspective. Check out this video Kimberly shared with us, where she talks about her favorite things about Kansas City.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Lohr, and I am a new resident to the KC downtown area. I am also a banker and the digital marketing manager for Lead Bank, a small community bank here in the heart of Kansas City. I actually recently just moved to the River Market area. I used to live in Lee Summit, so I was close but not close enough. So now that I'm in like the downtown area, I'm super excited to explore more living here. I actually have been enjoying the Kansas City area for the past 3 years after college, whether that be through work, events, and experiences, or just personal life adventures. If I were to pick the one thing that I love the most about Kansas City, that would be the love and support that all of these local businesses and organizations have for one another. You can really walk into any local business and ask somebody for a recommendation, say for the restaurants with the best happy hours or brunches or tacos, and 99% of the time somebody is going to have a really great recommendation for you. And that's because everyone here supports one another, they know each other, they are friends of a friend, and a lot of that happens through networking and big events and small events. And or in my case, as a banker, I've met so many awesome clients and local community members and leaders who always have these connections and really great recommendations for me. So I can't leave this video without telling you guys some of my favorite KC local restaurants, and that would be Empanada Manis, Michael Smith's, and City Market Coffee. So definitely check them out.
Fun so far. The heat's starting to set in. We're out here volunteering with the Parks and Rec Department, planting some beds with this one currently sweet potato vines and some perennial grasses.
Awesome, and we're making the city beautiful, so that's a total bonus.
Illegal dumping, along with mowing, along with doing everything that we do, we have to have volunteers in order to get these things done. We can't do it alone because we don't have enough staff.
So it's a good day.
Today is an excellent day.
Trying to help make a difference in the community and keep it clean and a representation of somewhere you want to live.
Into a circle in the middle. Yeah, he bounced.
Just being outside and doing something good for the community, making this a beautiful place that everyone in the surrounding area can enjoy and be proud of.
I love it. I like it to have it. I like to have them every day. Teamwork, you know. We all can do it together. So.
Hello and welcome to the Kansas City Zoo. my name is Kelly and I'll be narrating our little adventure this morning. And Jessica is working with our lovely little porcupine, Jasiri here. And we wanted to share with you guys today some of our original social distancing animals. It's a new concept for us humans to have to stay 6 feet away from one another. But there are various animals out there that have always been doing it pretty much their whole life, and it's their job for their survival. So very similar to our situation right now, that it's the best way for us to survive is by staying away from one another. So you can see right here, this is Jasiri. She is a African crested porcupine, and you can see her lovely quills are her method of telling everybody and everything to stay away from her. I do not make a tasty treat to even attempt to eat. And you saw earlier, Tater, our African pygmy hedgehog, and he has some wonderful spines that also tell animals and us to definitely stay away. I still don't make a very tasty little treat. Now, some similarities between these two animals that look very different from one another, and we can even throw in Jessica into this mix too, are they all have hair. They are all mammals, and because they're mammals, they all have hair. Jessica has her wonderful soft hair that's in a ponytail today. She has her eyebrows that are just a little bit different hair. And even like the hair on her arms is just a little bit different too. And if you are a person that has a beard or a mustache, that's very different hair than the hair on your head. So even as humans, we have several different kinds of hair because we are a mammal. Now, our other two friends here that are great at social distancing, our hedgehog and our porcupine, their hair is very, very stiff. It's a modified hair. So all hair is made up of keratin. It's a protein, except when you have very stiff hair like our porcupine and our hedgehog, that very stiff hair creates a thicker outer coating and makes those hairs either stand up or become very, very prickly. So we'll start with our porcupine friend here first. And we'll focus on what's the difference between hedgehogs and porcupines. Porcupines, as you can see, she has quills. Now I will say a quill, as opposed to a hedgehog spike, is really just a type of spike. There's nothing really fancy about it. It's just a type of modified hair. And her quills, as you can see, vary in length. There's some long ones, like you can see her crest. There's some very short ones, the black ones kind of covering her front legs and upper body. And she has some very thick ones that are on the back of her tail. So she has a whole variety of quills on her body. So that's very specific to porcupines. They also come out really easily. If you think your dog or your cat sheds a lot, you have not met a porcupine. Those quills come out all the time, and that's perfectly fine. As you can see, she has plenty of them. We found several of them this morning, and that's just one way she protects herself. And then finally, those quills break very easily. Again, doesn't hurt the porcupine at all. It's all helping her to do one thing. She is trying to stay alive. She's trying to survive that social distancing. She's trying to tell predators, hey, you don't want to eat me, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. So one of her go-to moves is not running to a predator and trying to stick her quills into them. That's actually kind of the last-ditch effort. One of the first things she does is kind of display those wonderful quills. You may have seen her kind of shake them and fan them up a little bit because she does have muscle control over those quills. And when she does that, that's a great display to make her look bigger and scarier to predators. And believe it or not, those black and white quills, to predators that are colorblind, they can still see that big, prickly animal coming towards them. Her next method of keeping herself safe is really to make a lot of noise. She wants to sound scary too. Now, right now, she's not making much more noise than just eating. So what she is doing is actually not doing, because she's not scared, is she has some very special quills on her tail. And they are hollow inside. So when she rattles them together, then you get a very loud noise. It almost sounds like if somebody shook a chain link fence as hard as they could. So it's kind of alarming. And a lot of predators know that animals that rattle can cause harm to me. So they typically try to stay away from them. And then the third and last effort for the porcupine is really basically backing into a predator and poking those quills in their skin. Fortunately, her quills are not barbed, meaning they don't have a little hook like our North American friends do, but that still wouldn't feel very great to those predators. And those predators are receiving a very loud message that, hey, you don't want to mess with me. So I think Jasiri here, our African crested porcupine, is an excellent example of an original social distance animal. She also likes to live by herself. So her being by herself, she is totally cool with that. Jasiri, thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to check out your quills a little bit closer because, like I said, she loses them quite a bit. So her quills are over here. You can see the different varieties. We have these wonderful kind of long quills, we've got short quills, and then we've got these kind of display quills. I suspect this is one from her crest there. So they're, even though they're stiff, they're not very pokey. That goes with this one too, but you can see how bendy it is and how easily it could break. Now these guys over here, you can definitely see that black and white pattern on them. So those predators can see her really well and see her when she's looking her scariest. And then finally, you can see these little short ones here are probably the most prickly of all these quills. They have a very sharp point to them, which wouldn't feel great if you got ran into with them. So those are Jasiri's quills. And like I said, she loses those fairly regularly and grows them new ones in. So that's our porcupines. So remember, porcupines have quills, a little bit different. Our other friend here, Tater, our hedgehog, who is wearing his shavings on his head today, he has spikes. They're still just a modified hair, but they're very different if you look at them. He's pretty relaxed right now, but if you look at him, those spikes are all the same length on his back. And that's one characteristic that is special to hedgehogs versus porcupines. Another characteristic that makes them pretty special is that they don't really fall out very easily. They're very well attached to the hedgehog, and he has great muscle control over him. So what he does when predators are trying to take him as a snack is he will just roll up into a ball. Jasiri had 3 different ways, the porcupine had 3 different ways to tell predators, don't eat me. This guy has one, and it's kind of a passive method, is I'm just gonna roll up into a very prickly little spiny ball, and you are not gonna wanna eat me. So he has actually muscles right along his torso on his sides there that help him to pull his front legs, back legs, his tail, and his head into the middle of that ball. So he's protecting all of his really important things on his body inside that ball, and then the outside is covered in those spines. So he's a pretty cool little guy. Again, he prefers to live by himself, as cute as he might look right now, investigating everything. But he is definitely one of our social distancing animals because he prefers to live by himself. And that's just the way he likes it to be. There's more food that way. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a little bit of fun and learned a little bit more about our original social distancing animals. remember, it's not that weird. You know, animals have been doing it for a while. I know it's kind of interesting for us to be doing it, but we'll get through this, and we thank you guys here at the Kansas City Zoo. We are here, we'll get through this, and stay tuned for more videos from the Kansas City Zoo.